Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to present in the matter and hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Your Honor, are you judging me? And no law is above God's law. So I cannot honor any of your laws. It supersedes every single law that you guys have given me. I am friends with the IRS.
If you guys enjoy content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a ton. Now let's get back to the video. Today, we have a very entertaining court hearing involving an absolutely insane girl shown in the top left. She's being brought to court because she failed to pay $2,000 in court fees and related charges. Her entire defense during the hearing is that she is not a citizen and believes that God's law is above everyone else's law, even though she has shoplifted and done all sorts of crazy things. This case is really entertaining, especially because the judge has a no-nonsense demeanor, making his reactions to her nonsense pretty funny to watch. In the end, he gives her a fair sentence, which she probably deserves since she seems completely out of her mind. Big shout out to court nerds for this video. We're going to react to it, and I'll jump in from time to time. So, let's dive into this court hearing where this girl tries to plead her case, but both the attorney and the judge shut her down. This one's definitely entertaining, so let's go.
We're asking that Ms. Lott is incarcerated until the $2,755.40 is paid, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I am asking for attorney fees for today, Your Honor, and even me having to file this motion and continue to, I guess, seek attorney fees from Ms. Lott, Your Honor.
What are you asking for today?
Your Honor, for today, Your Honor, I'm asking for $1,500, Your Honor. And I can provide my affidavit to the court, Your Honor. We had to communicate with the court, Your Honor. I've been practicing law since 2008, Your Honor. I've been in good standing since that time. Your Honor, I charge my client a flat fee of the $1,500 just to try to see, just so we can file this motion for incarceration.
All right, Ms. Lott, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to present in the matter and hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Your Honor, are you judging me?
If you want to call it that, but I assume you want to testify on your own behalf.
Yes, I do. And if the attorney is not going to be sworn in, that is a conflict of interest. And I have filed motions. I filed a quo warranto because I have searched for law licenses and I have not found any. There's been no true judges since 1789. And the United States filed a Chapter 11 in 1933, which lost their sovereignty as a government. So I can't even be heard here. I have asked the court to provide me documentation stating that this is an Article 3 court. I have not gotten anything back from the judge with any type of documentation from the Attorney General, from the Secretary of State. You guys have not had permission to try me, and no law is above God's law. So I cannot honor any of your laws. It supersedes every single law that you guys have given me. I have tried to settle this in court. I have filed a fiduciary relationship, 56. I am friends with the IRS. I have attempted to settle with a $20 money order because there is no money with the court, and everything was sent back. So rejection of payment is payment, Your Honor. And my religion strongly prohibits any satanic laws or rituals, and I cannot serve two masters. So either I don't even know what to do here in this matter, because I have asked to be tried in an Article 3 court. This is not a court of equity. God's law trumps all laws made by man. God also says no man should be judged, or you will be judged. This is my religion. I have not broken any of God's laws. I have not committed any crimes. I have not harmed my offspring. I am the first lien holder on my child's estate. So there is nothing that I can do for Miss LaFleur, and I will not be paying it because my God told me not to. He gave me the instructions on what to do, and you guys refused it. You guys refused my quo warranto because it wasn't written in the way that you accepted, but I am not under your laws. I am friends with the IRS. I have sent out my documentation. I have my own contract with myself. I don't have a contract with you guys. I have not signed anything, and I am not a 14th Amendment corporate war citizen. I am a natural person. That is what I have to say.
You have any questions for Ms. Lott, Ms. St. Fleur?
Yes, Ms. Lott, were you present in court for the petition for legitimation with Tariq Crump.
Miss LaFleur, can you provide me your?
It's St. Fleur. It's St. Fleur. It's not LaFleur. If we're gonna quote all of these articles, make sure you get my name right. It's St. Fleur.
St. Fleur.
It's St. Fleur. Well, just were you in court? I mean, I'm not sure if any of the articles could tell me, but were you in court?
Questions. I have no further answers for any of your questions. I said what I said. This law does not trump God's law. I'm under God's law, and that's it.
Well,
She said a whole lot of nothing there, honestly. I don't know how the judge manages to keep a straight face. Maybe it's because he's so old and has seen it all, or maybe this girl is just from a different species. She's completely delusional, obviously, and it's kind of funny because her argument really amounts to nothing. I get a little bit of what she's saying about sovereign law, like wanting to avoid government control and accountability, which makes sense to some extent. No one wants to be controlled by the government. But when you're actively breaking the law on purpose, like shoplifting, and then showing up in court because of crimes you committed and not paying your fees, it's 100% valid to hold you accountable, whether that means jail time or making you pay those fees. Her argument is useless here because she clearly committed a crime. If she were being framed or innocent, then maybe the sovereign argument would have some merit, but she's just completely delusional. It's hard to tell if she's actually mentally unstable or just pretending, but I think she's genuinely crazy. Some people fake it in court, but this girl seems legitimately out there. Based on this little Zoom hearing alone, I think she should definitely be locked up and evaluated because her mindset is unbelievable. She's so delusional, and the fact that the judge hasn't said much is pretty laughable. This really shows the kind of cases we get nowadays, with all the media influence and victim mentality going around. I'm not pro-government or blindly pro-law, but there comes a point where you have to own up to your actions. If you commit a crime, you have to do the time. This girl's just a loony, but let's go ahead and dive into the second half of this clip where the judge absolutely destroys her.
saying you had 10 days to pay this $2,755.40. You have any proof that any payment was made?
I have the proof here, and this was sent back to me. This is the money order that I sent to the court.
That's
Your
that
law-
$20 thing you said?
Yes, it is. That is the settlement that is written in your laws. I did send the thing. They sent it back, and refusal of payment is payment. So I will handle it with the IRS from here.
Well, $20 doesn't equal $2,755.40.
Or any court fees cannot supersede to $20, and that is what I paid as a natural person. I don't know about any U.S. citizen. I'm not a U.S. citizen. I'm a natural person and a private American. I've not committed any crimes under God's law. I have not stolen. I have not buried false witnesses. I have not killed anyone. I have not dishonored my mother and my father, and I have not put any man before God, and I will not put any of you guys before God either.
Fine. All right, Ms. Lott, I'm going to find you in contempt of court for failure to pay the $2,755.40. Order you incarcerated, that is jailed, until you've paid the money.
I will be taking it up with the IRS, and I will be filing liens because you guys do not have liens over myself, my estate, or my child. So
You'll take it up with the sheriff first.
no, I will not, because the sheriff does not have any jurisdiction.
Turn yourself in, or the sheriff will come out and arrest you.
Jurisdiction over me, and the sheriff does not have any jurisdiction over
That's
me.
fine. Once you're released, I'll give you 90 days to pay an additional $1,500 for attorney's fees incurred by the plaintiff for today's proceeding. And I'll ask Ms. St. Fleur to submit the order.
Will do, Your Honor.
And include in that, the sheriff will notify the court when Ms. Lott has been arrested.
Can you guys provide me with evidence that you are Article 3 court and not a military court?
And we'll send you a copy of the order.
I seriously don't understand her play here. She expected to come into court, act crazy, and just pretend like the judge wasn't going to put the hammer down on her. But honestly, this is exactly what I'd expect a crazy person to do. She clearly isn't in her right mind, and I think the sentence she got was well-deserved. 6 months for not paying $2,000 in court fees related to her shoplifting or whatever else she did. This girl is a classic case of victim mentality and a total loony bin, which unfortunately seems really common nowadays. I don't know what you guys think, but I see a lot of people adopting this victim mindset and riding it hard, almost indefinitely. That said, I want to give props to the judge because he handled this like a pro. He acted like it was just another day at the office, completely unfazed by her antics, barely saying more than 2 or 3 words throughout the hearing until the very end. He was totally no nonsense, and honestly, I wish more people were like him in everyday life instead of letting emotions control their actions. The judge stuck to the facts and didn't buy her act. She could have had a lawyer defend her, but she chose to play crazy, and it backfired badly. I don't get why anyone would rather go to jail than just own up to what they did. If she had been a little more reasonable and used her brain, she might have gotten off with just a heftier fine. There was no need for jail over $2,000, but her smugness and arrogance earned her the sentence. Personally, I think prison can shape people, but I don't know if someone born with a narcissistic, arrogant attitude like hers can really change. She seems set in her ways, thinking she's some godly figure untouchable by anyone, which is just crazy. To end on a good note, the main message here is simple: if you stay out of trouble, you won't need to pretend to be crazy. People like her just can't own up to their mistakes and instead create this victim complex, which is complete BS. Most of the time, people have control over their lives and simply shouldn't commit crimes. That's going to wrap up my breakdown. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe. It really helps me out a ton. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and what you want to see next. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care.